Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our modulated dubstep talking bass series. I'm Eric and this is Learn Max, and hope you guys have subscribed by now. If not, we'll give you some hints on that later too. Okay, so in the first part we just really talked about your basic modulated bass, like that. And this time around we're going to talk about how to use autofilter to really create a bass that talks and keeps sync with the beat. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my filter in my simpler sound here. So there's really not much modulation going on. And now I'm going to turn on my auto filter. Or actually I can even go and I'll turn my filter off entirely on the other one. So I can just get a real basic sound on the other one. I'll turn my filter on here. Okay, so now I've got a nice modulating thing going on. I'm going to turn that down a little bit, say a quarter note, and I'll put it on a typical low-pass filter. Tweak it a little bit. Okay, so there's the idea. We have that same kind of same sound there. We can play with our redux, tune it a little bit. But the key is we want it to follow the beat. So I have this kind of dubstep-ish beat going on, and that's what I want it to follow. So let's see what we can do. Okay. I'm going to use the sidechain. That's really the key. Now, what a sidechain is, it's a way to modulate an effect with another track's audio. Okay, so I click sidechain on and I choose the track that I have as the source. In this case, it's just the first audio track. Okay, you can already hear a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn off my LFO here. Okay, turn up my gain on my sidechain. Now, here's where it gets tricky. I got to start to tune this. There we go. You have to find the sweet spot for the source track. If I turn that back on again, you can hear that how that is happening now, right? And if I tweak the gain, that's setting how much the other track is controlling this filter. So the best thing to do now is just to kind of, play around with the controls. It's going to depend on, your source track, the sound you're using. But that's the idea. And this is a way to really set up a really tight sync between your talking bass line and your real drum tracks. And you can always use the LFO mod on top of that. So if you want to really kick it in a notch, here I set it to like an eighth note, and now bring in the amount. So I still have that performance opportunity, that real performance parameter, but I've got something that's always in sync with my drums, which is what's really nice. You never have to worry about being, out of sync. Your drum loop is there. Your filter is modulating according to the drum loop. It's fantastic. So play around with those parameters, take that basic idea, and also play around with your different filter types. Right? Let's try that. Right? There's a low pass, there's a high pass, and a band pass is cool too. The notch, I've never really gotten great results out of that. And attack and release and envelope, that's going to say, how quickly can the filter respond. So the quicker it responds, the clickier it kind of gets. Play with bass, it's going to give a little stereo action. Right? It's a really nice effect. It's a really cool way, like I said, to have your bass line, your talking bass, like it's paying attention, like something's really going on, and you don't have to sit there and tweak everything and, parameter up, parameter down. So give it a try. Hope that made sense to you. If you have any questions, comment below, and we'll see you next time in Learn Max.
Hey guys, one more thing before you go. See that button up there? Subscribe? Yeah, you get the idea. Share with your friends. Let them know. Come see the videos. Learn stuff. And subscribe.